Creative fatigue can really come up quickly on people depending on the industry. Some creatives that's going to last a client years. I guess I'll start off by creative requirements, because that's a pretty important part and really separates the two platforms. What I always explain to clients is the more content, the better. Ask clients for every single thing that they've got. If they give us, 500 creatives up front, that's awesome. Next month, where's the rest of them? We need more. It's a constant battle with clients, and it needs to be kind of integrated in those, maybe not weekly, but on a monthly basis, asking them, what's next? When's your next content shoot? Do you have stuff in the pipeline? And raw content is always going to be the most valuable to us. So when clients are shooting new content, it's always best to ask if they can just give us whatever was shot just from scratch. We don't need them to put their logo on it and add text overlay and all that other stuff, because one piece of raw content can realistically produce 3 to 4 ad creatives for us by using our in-house creative team. We can reuse creatives pretty consistently for different promotions, add different CTAs to it. It's pretty reusable for the most part. And it's not really a one and done ask. This is kind of something that I just explained, but we need to have that consistent production of content for clients. Creative fatigue can really come up quickly on people depending on the industry. Some creatives that's going to last a client years, but a lot of the time, we're going to get a month or two out of a particular set of creatives, and we need to be swapping it out as quickly as possible, and always testing too. That's an important part for clients, is that explaining to them that we don't want to back ourselves into a corner, and always testing to find the next winner is going to be important for us. When you are requesting new content, it's always best to do it to get a client to provide 3 different sizes for us. So 1 by 1 is what you're going to see in a Facebook feed, kind of as you're scrolling through your timeline or whatever on Facebook. 4 by 5 is best for Instagram feed particularly. It's just a little bit more of an elongated image. These can be swapped out for one or the other. 1 by 1 can be used on Instagram just fine. You're going to get a little bit of cropping to it. And same with, if a client were to provide us 4 by 5, which they typically don't, it can be used on feed, but they just need to know that it's going to shrink a little bit. And what I find is that most clients are pretty okay with this, but some clients that are a bit more creative particular, like clothing brands, for example, they're going to have more of a problem with any cropping that we do on the platform or outside the platform even. If we let the platform do it, it's kind of non-discretionary, and it's going to just be straightforward, and models' heads can get cut off and clothing can be cut and things like that in weird places. So it's just a heads up that a lot of the time it's just best to ask the client to provide us everything up front. And then 9 by 16 for stories and reels is always good to have. But again, we can use 1 by 1 or 4 by 5 in like a stories placement. It's just going to look not as clean cut, I guess would be a good way to describe it. And again, for those clothing brands and any creative heavy brands that really want to uphold their image, it's important that those 9 by 16 images are being used in stories. Just, I think it elevates the look of the brand and makes it look on socials like they know what they're doing at least. Yep, go ahead, Vivek.
Yeah, hey, hi. I have just one question. What about the dimension 1.91:1 means 1200 into 628?
Sorry?
I'm putting it in the chat. What about this dimension for Facebook?
Yeah, so that is, I can show you that here actually. Let's just take this client since I've got this open. I believe that's going to be, just edit this guy's stuff here. So we're looking at like a horizontal. So this is going to be kind of up in the right-hand corner of your desktop feed. So yeah, there it is, part of the placements, but I think it's less likely to be as important. So if we're going to ask a client for sizing options, it's best to do that. But if we can get that horizontal format, this is always good, but usually we can crop this down and make it look all right.
Yeah, it's fine, but sometimes cropping that one-to-one image is very difficult because it has some other kid on some perspective that everything looks on vertical and on this side is the horizontal. So I think it should be. I'm just asking you whether it's a good idea to ask them about this dimension or not.
Yeah, I think it is a good
Horizontal one.
idea. Yeah, we haven't really asked for it in the past just because it's already like pulling teeth to get all these different sizes from clients. But I do think if a client is good about getting us the different sizes, that's an important one to ask for too. Just again, making everything perfected on platform. And the other benefit to it is I think that that size can be used on Google as well, right?
Yep.
So yeah, it's best to look at it kind of omni-channel too in that sense.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so I'll add that in here just so everybody can see.
Welcome to your daily Google News. I'm really excited about this. We decided to launch a recurring series with all of our strategists. So the people that you see here on the screen, F.A., Ankar, Susmita, Usama, Regina, and Caden's missing. We'll get them back. But these are the folks they're the thought leaders at Solutions 8. So these are the people who